Hi, I'm Rachel. I have a background in social work, counseling, nature based mindfulness, and contemplative arts. And I want to talk to you today about what nature offers that therapy often can't. There are so many things therapy offers that are essential: language, witnessing, meaning, repair. And for many women, therapy has been life saving. So, what I'm speaking to today is not a critique of therapy, it's an addition, something that often lives just beyond words. Because there are places inside us that don't need to respond to insight, they need to respond to environment. And nature speaks directly to those places. When a woman comes into counseling, she usually arrives with a story, a history, a sense of what went wrong, a hope that something can finally be understood or solved. But when she walks into a forest or sits beside water or touches cold earth with her hands, something different happens. She is no longer the central problem that needs solving. She becomes part of a living field, and that changes everything. Nature doesn't ask us to explain ourselves. It doesn't require coherence. It doesn't need us to name what hurts. It doesn't rush us toward resolution. Nature works through contact, not interpretation. The nervous system reads wind, temperature, rhythm, light, sound, long before the mind forms meaning. And for many women, this is where safety begins again. There's also something deeply spiritual about the natural world that we don't often name, especially those of us who have complicated relationships with religion or doctrine. The natural world doesn't ask for belief. It does not demand transcendence. It does not promise enlightenment. It simply includes us. In nature, we're not trying to become better humans. We are remembering that we belong to something much older than our wounds. Therapy often works through narrative time, past, present, future. The natural world works through seasonal time, cycles, decay, dormancy, return. There is no pathology in winter, no failure in falling leaves, no shame in rest. When women spend time in the natural world, something inside them relaxes its grip on self-judgment, because the land does not measure worth by productivity. These are experiences nature offers that therapy rarely can. Being held without being watched, being mirrored without being analyzed, being changed without being fixed. A woman sitting alone beside water may suddenly feel grief rise, not because she decided to go there, but because the body sensed it was safe enough. Nature creates conditions where truth can surface without force. And from an eco-spiritual perspective, this matters deeply. Because when we separate healing from the living world, we subtly reinforce the idea that something is wrong inside us, rather than recognizing that many of our symptoms are responses to disconnection. Disconnection from rhythm, from land, from community, from the body as intelligent, responsive being. Nature doesn't just soothe us, it re-educates us. It reminds us how to listen deeply. This doesn't mean therapy and nature are opposites. They are allies. But for many women, healing deepens when it moves beyond conversation and into relationship. With soil, with weather, with seasons, with the more than human world. When the body is allowed to remember it is not alone. I often say that nature doesn't heal us for us, it heals us with us. Quietly, patiently, on its own time. And sometimes that's exactly what the body has been waiting for. If this resonates, sit with it. Let it land where it needs to. Just listening. You are welcome to join any of the contemplative art classes I have and experience what nature can teach you.